haven't had. I mean, there's been a few updates. I started with the company 7 years ago, and I left for a couple of years, and when I came back, I mean, I literally remembered everything because nothing had changed. So, I mean, it's, you know, to find a customer, to look up a customer, to look up movies, it all was the same. But the actual program they use, I couldn't tell you. I just know it's way too old.
So you think that it should be updated?
Oh, very.
Okay.
They started doing what was called Rock the Block stores, completely redoing stores, making them more like, almost like a small Best Buy. You know, a lot more electronics, you know, plasma TVs everywhere. Some stores actually in like high markets, like Los Angeles and New York, they sell cell phones and Blockbusters now. They sell phone contracts. I mean, they're trying to get into a mixture of a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Eventually, you know, that was on a pretty good pace of doing a lot of the stores. You know, of course, they're only going to do the high market stores first, but because of the economy in the last year, that slowed down. They're not redoing as many stores now. So hopefully, you know, they're looking by the end of the year to try to boost that back up. So because their goal is to one day have all their stores like that. So
have you witnessed an effect of the economy, would you say?
Very. I mean,
Yeah.
business has been a lot slower. Yes. Our weekends are just not as busy. But then again, we've had the last couple of weeks, you know, the box office and the theaters have been doing really well as well. So that's, you know, it kind of shows that a lot more people are going to probably the theater because they have a little bit stronger titles than say we do, you know, out in the stores. So, like right now, in the last month, it's been, most of our major titles have been like the Academy Award winners, which usually, you know, it's because they're good films and they get nominated and awarded for Academy Awards, doesn't mean exactly they're huge renters. So
Right. So that kind of award show is good for business?
Some yes, some no. Like the movie Milk, Sean Penn won Best Actor for. Half the copies that I got in never rented. So, I mean, most major new releases, when they come out, but you know, they'll come out on Tuesday. By the end of the weekend, we'll be all out of them. Milk just never rented out. So it's a political movie. I think people are kind of tired of politics right now.
Yeah.
You know, because of the economy, they're trying to escape from that. So that wasn't a very well rented movie. So.
How many customers do you have signed up here?
In our database, probably a little over 3,400.
Okay.
So that's why we have to have a separate database, because the Storm Springs and Mattis, they picked up a lot of the business from the Neal Street store when it closed. I mean, I told most of the customers to go there, so.
Yeah.
But they've got over 5,000 customers in their database, so.
When was the one in Neal Street? When did they close?
Last August. So
August?
our
Where were
landlord
they?
pulled our lease.
Where on Neal Street?
South Neal, it was, I would probably say 6 or 7, it was a block before Kirby.
Okay.
So where McDonald's, Hardee's, and Hooters and all that is, it was a block before there. There was a huge Chase Bank right there in the corner. We were right next door to that.
Okay.
So.
I have a question about the database. Okay, you said you had it since what, 82, right? You said?
What's that?
This particular system.
Yeah, the
right.
database from 1982.
So do you think they're gonna update it like anytime soon, or like from the looks of it, it's gonna stay like that?
Tried and true.
I mean it's with update. They're trying to redo the stores at the same time that they, you know, update the database. So, would it be smart just to go through and update the database for all the stores? Yes. Now they are looking to change a few things. Actually, they are looking to update our database with being able to look at inventory at other stores. You know, because a lot of times customer comes in, you know, we don't have a movie that they're looking for. You know, or we don't. Yeah, it's not in the system. If it's in the system but we don't carry it, it generally means a Blockbuster has had it somewhere before. Of course, you know, the best thing that we can do at this point is call another store, see if they have it. But they're looking to change it to where we can actually look at the database of Springfield and Mattis, and we can tell if they have that movie or not.
That'd be really useful.
Very.
Yeah,
We'll save a lot of phone calls. I mean, since we're the only 2 stores in town, you know, we have to call each other probably a dozen times a day. So just for random people, random things.
Also, like, what are like the main problems with the database, if any? Like, what do you think?
Just being too slow.
Yeah.
So I mean, they've done pretty good on the database. You know, not going down too much. It's just, you know, it could be a little faster, but I mean, knock on wood, we haven't had that much trouble with it.
So, do you have a backup system if the primary system were to crash?
Yeah, we do backup tapes, and you know, if the primary system were to crash, of course we'd have to have call our computer support. They would have to have people come in and redo it, but yeah, we have backup tapes that we can redo. So, in say it crashes for now, we would have to just do things manually.
Okay.
So we'd have to, which means handwrite everything down. You know, customer rents out this movie, customer buys this, customer
Yeah.
brings this back. It all had to be handled manually, and we'd have to basically put it all in whenever the systems get
Right.
back up. So
So has it ever been done?
that's happened before. I mean, like during like a really bad storm, most time our satellite goes down, which you know the accounts will come up, but we can't run credit cards. We can't run rewards programs, which is like an upgraded membership. It's a different serial number that the system has to dial into that number. So basically at that point, you know, we have to handwrite everything down, and all we can really take is cash or check.
Okay.
So, I mean, we could write the credit cards and stuff manually down, but just, I prefer not to do that, just, you know, so no one gets a hold of that information, so.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where is you say you have to call the computer people, IT people or something?
Computer support,
Yeah, those people. Where are they? Like,
unfortunately, India,
Really?
yeah.
So do they take care of everybody?
They do
Right.
now.
but they take care of every
Every
blockbuster.
Blockbuster.
About a year ago, it all was transported to India.
Just outsourcing or?
Yeah, I mean, cheaper labor, so
Yeah.
it's, you know, because everything, you know, they had, I think 6 or 7 call centers throughout the United States, you know, in different states, random places, I don't really know, but everything is now outsourced to India.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
It makes you learn how to do things on your own a lot more, because, you know, you don't really want to calls, because a lot of times it's hard to understand.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I hate to say that, but it's the truth.
Right.
Yeah, so.
So yeah, I think most store managers have learned to try to take care of their own problems on their own now. We try to figure it out ourselves. So
Yeah, so it's hard to understand them or they don't know
no,
like the inner workings of the company. That's
no,
what I would
they
say.
they know the
They
inner
do.
workings of the company. I mean, they've been trained pretty well. It's just hard to physically understand them. So
Wait. So okay. So what is it? The IT system or what is it?
Computer support.
Okay,
Yeah.
computer support.
Yeah.
So is that the only department that's in India, or is
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because our other IPT, which handles, you know, store like maintenance problems or anything like that, that's all still in the U.S.
Okay. What kind of identification can a person use to rent a video? So the Blockbuster card, I've used my driver's license.
Once the membership has already started, they either have to have their Blockbuster card or they have to have their ID. I mean, we most time people say, "Oh, can I give you my phone number?" Because that's how Family Video does theirs. They just look up my phone number. We don't do that. I mean, we can't actually physically look up an account by a phone number. So just either a card or an ID.
So if they don't have either one of those, they can't use anything else.
The only way that I would rent to them is if I knew them. I mean,
Okay.
if I know that they're a customer that's been in here before. I mean, it's just, you know, for customer safety, I don't want to take any chance of anybody renting on anybody else's account, so.
So like, could they use a
It's
credit
just,
card?
it's kind of a judgment call from there. I usually don't do that now, so I
Just a liability issue.
yeah, I mean, major liability, you know, because say, you know, we were all wrong of that, that could definitely come back to bite us,
Mhm.
so.
Does each store pay for the movies that you stock, or is it handled?
Yeah,
at
I
a
mean, we
higher
have to go
level?
through, we have to buy our bulks and quantity, we get, you know, a discount rate, you know, for buying so many copies. Then the company goes through and distributes, you know, say they bought, you know, 4 million copies total, then the company will go through and distribute how many copies goes to, you know, to each store. But yeah, we have to still buy from the production companies,
Okay.
so.